going in the right direction. This is the way. The things that you discover and bring up on this radio program are almost unbelievable to even some of our most astute scientists that we have listening and researching and looking into matters with probably the most sophisticated technology that could be imagined. You have uncovered things that sometimes our scientists even have trouble finding, and I laud you for that. You are on the right track. Please keep it up. Keep up what you're doing, and don't stop.
Well, I'll take that to heart. If I could ask a question, I've got some chat messages popping through, and I can't really keep up with them as fast as they're coming through here. But I think people, some of the listeners are saying that if people knew, if they had a way to verify your presence and without the interference of these corrupt, evil governments that don't want the masses to know, if they had a way for us to know, to see your presence in a non-threatening way, would the Federation be willing to make themselves known without risking their safety? Because obviously, I would presume that it's a dangerous prospect for them to do so. Are they considering ways to do that? Let me ask it that way.
Yes, we are, Don, and our presence has been seen across the planet. We have thousands of spacecraft going to and from this planet daily. Our biggest problem is the danger for and security of our personnel. We have been attacked by, no, I won't say numerous times, thousands of times by enemy spacecraft from other civilizations that don't want us here, don't want us being involved in this, because they know that we are not trying to stop the progress of this planet, but we are trying to maybe hinder some of their progress as far as they're taking over this planet. And so that is our biggest concern. We cannot just liberally give ourselves open to the public because of that reason. I was observing and watching a friend of yours recently, and he was in a remote location. We were about to ascend, or descend rather, upon his location so he could view our spacecraft, and we were attacked by 12 spacecraft from a, we will call them, what you call them, the Greys, and we had to defend ourselves from that. So you can, that's one example of many thousands of different examples, and so that's why we do not make ourselves completely visible all the time.
Well, I can, a thought that's going through my head right at this moment is how clear your call is. This is much clearer than a call we get on a landline. so I would have to say that this call is not coming from a wire, and it's not a cell phone per se.
Our communication devices are so sophisticated I cannot describe them to you, but we do hit a transmitter from in one location around the country, wherever we are at that time, and I think we're broadcasting over Texas right now.
If I can ask a technical question, and this is in reference to, you know, I do what I can do, the network at BBS Radio does what they can do to guesstimate or estimate the number of listeners that we have around the world. And I get messages from people all over the world. I know that they're listening, and that there was a time when I could track my listening audience and see where the majority of people were listening. At one point on one of the Alexa services, there was a reference to 10% of my listening audience and visitors to my website were from Paraguay, which I found extremely interesting. And this was just after I released the information about the secret compound that the Bushes had bought. the 98,840 acre spread in eastern Paraguay over the world's largest, or one of the world's largest aquifers. And it was shortly after that, but it seems like it's very difficult for me to pull accurate numbers. Are you able to track the or approximate the listening audience to this show around the world?
Yes, we are. I haven't looked at the numbers tonight, but on occasions we've seen that you had as high as 20 million listeners at one time. I don't know if that's the case at this present time, but you are attracting a very large audience.
Well, after the word gets out,
not only from
I'm
not
sorry,
only
go
from
ahead.
this planet, but from not only from this planet, but from other solar systems too.
My goodness, that's humbling. Jim, do you do you have a thought on that?
I'm humbled into silence. That's a
Jim, I would
extraordinary.
say I know you've heard. Don may have told you this, but at one occasion we had two of our doctors visit you in the hospital room one night when you were having some ailments. We didn't make ourselves known because we did not want to attract attention, but I think you remember the occasion.
Oh, I remember it very clearly. And by the way, I would also say that my lungs are doing pretty well right now. And so to whoever those technicians or doctors were, I would extend my thanks.
I'll pass the word on to them. They're very good men.
Okay, General, we have, excuse me, General, we have another question here.
All right, go ahead.
I don't know who this is from, but we've got a question regarding the crystal skulls. Are those of us, our and inventors who are working on crystal storage devices or crystal technologies going to make any kind of, let's say, to decipher the crystal skulls, or for that matter, possible devices?
There are three scientists on your planet. One is in Australia, United States, and one in Great Britain that made breakthroughs already into that. Probably being stifled, but that technology will be made known, I would say, within months. This station. Technology was left upon this planet by a planet in this galaxy, but brilliant crews that were on the planet at that time. It was not part of that I know of.
Question that might specifically bylaws or the have with each other from each of these 500 planets that you describe that look different, that have different roles in this mission. Guiding us, like to say here, what will occur on the Earth? What people do to up? You're familiar with that topic that we
Yes.
talk about, the dumbed down masses, propaganda, and these people in making that claim. It's obvious who are aware of these. There are people who are totally to what is going on. For us to